Hello, grade nines. Grade nines. This is Mudupi speaking, and I am your tutor from Genius Tuition Institute. Now, as we have started with 2020 syllabus, for term 1, we are going to focus on the number system. From the number system, we are going to focus on each and every system. Like now, we are going to do the LCM. What is LCM? That is the lowest common multiple. Lowest common multiple. And prime factorization. Now, what is prime factorization? Prime factorization is the breaking down of a number to its prime factors. So we are going to do that. So let us start first with prime factorization. Now, in order to understand what prime factorization is, you have to break this. You have to break this. Prime. Prime comes from prime numbers. And factorization. Now, what is factorization? Factorization is the process of breaking down a number to factors. Now, what are factors? Factors are more than two numbers that can be multiplied to give you a product. A product is that number, is the output in multiplication. So, for prime, what is prime numbers? Prime numbers are all those numbers whose factors are one and itself. That means all the numbers having two factors. They have not more than two factors. Those are called prime numbers. So let us just write them. Prime numbers. An example thereof is 1 is not a prime number. As I said in the previous video, 1 is not. It's a square. Now the first one is 2. Then the second is 3. The third is 5, then 7, then 11, 13, and so forth. So these numbers are prime numbers. Now, factorization. What are we going to do? Let us take other numbers that can be broken down into prime factors. What do we call those numbers? They are called composite numbers. We are going to break composite numbers into factors, and that is called prime factorization. So guys, let me show you how you do that. Now here, we are now doing the prime factorization. Prime factorization. Yes. So we are living in the fourth industrial revolution era, so we need to use calculators. We need the tools in order to survive on this planet. So guys, I'm going to show you how you do it. Let us do the first one. The first one, it says prime factorize what? 100. Prime factorize 100. Now, in the old golden days where the calculators were not used, this method was used. But now, as we are no longer living in that era, we are going to use calculators. Technology, fourth industrial revolution. So the old system used this. They used this. They wrote 100 here, and then they started with 2. Is 100 divisible by 2? Yes. And then they will write it just here. This is a ladder method. You divide this by that, and then you get 100 divided by 2. That will give you 50. That will give you 50. And then you don't, you divide with 2 until it doesn't divide. 50 divided by that, that gives you 25. 25. And then 2 again. No. If a number ends with an odd number, it's not divisible by 2. Then 3, no. How do you see that number is exactly divisible by 3? You just add the digits. 2 plus 5, 7. No, 7 is not exactly divisible by 3. So this number is divisible by 5. Yes, 5. Then we divide 25 divided by 5. That gives you 5. Remember, the quotients on this side, you will get the quotient. Here you get the quotient, and then whereas here you get the factors. So this divided by this, it will give you 5. 5 is a quotient of 25 and 5. So 5 again, put it here, 5, and then 5 divided by 5, that gives you 1. So it is now concluded that 100 is equal to, now you go to the left hand side, that is the factors. This is F for factors. And then that will be, what are factors? Factors are numbers that are multiplied to give you the initial product. What is our initial product? This is a composite number. That is our initial product. Should be composite. So this is 100. It's a composite number. Then we break it into factors. Then this is it. It's 2, the first one. Then the second one, 5, and then 5. It's 2 by 5 by 5. Let's check it. 2 by 5 is 10. 2 by 5 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Another way round, 25 by 5 is 25, 2 by 2 is 4, 25 by 4 is, that's 100. Now, this is in expanded form. This is in expanded form. Expanded form. Expanded form. Now, we write that in exponential. 2, how many 2's do we have? 2. And between we have multiplication, so we multiply. Here we have 5, then we write 5, how many? 2. We have 2. So this is 5 to the power 2 multiplied by 2 to the power 2. Now this is called prime factorization. Prime factorization. This is exactly what you were supposed to do. Prime factorization. Now, prime factorize that. If the question says prime factorize this and then leave your answer in exponential form, you are going to end up here. That's it. Leave your answer in expanded form. You just leave it here. And this one is exponential form. Exponential form. So, guys, this is it. This is it. Now, again, we need to learn how to find the LCM, lowest common multiple, and the highest common factor. Let us use this highest. The highest. No. Let's try. Yes, the highest common factor. The last word is very important. Factor. That means those are the numbers that are multiplied to give you a product which is a composite number. So, yes, let us find a highest common factor. We have the highest as well as the lowest common factor. Now, let us do this. Let us first prime factorize. I'm going to show you how to do that. You do this step. You do this step. I'm going to show you how to do that using a calculator. Let us use a calculator. For calculator, we need FX82ZA plus Casio FX82ZA plus ZA, then plus. This is the calculator that you are going to use, guys. So if you want to do this using a calculator, here is what you do. Your input, it's 100, and then equal sign, and then shift. At the top left corner of your calculator, and then fact. This you'll get on the cover of your calculator, just below this button. You check on this button. There's a button there which is written like this. This is for minutes and seconds, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. So you look for this button. You will get it just below shift. So this is the input. Now after doing this, what will you get? You'll get the output. The output will be 2 to the power 2 multiplied by 5 to the power 2. Now guys, cheat if you can, but be smart. If they say don't use a calculator, use it, but they must never see your trace or your trails. So you put in the 100, then equal sign, shift, and then fact. Then you'll get this. Now, when you go to your answer book, you do this. After getting this, what do? You go write this step. You write this step. You write 100, and then what do? How many 2's were there? There were 2. You write 1, 2. That was 2 to the power 2. 2, 2. They are 2. So time is 5 to the power 2. 5, 5. How many 5's are there? 2, guys. How many 2's were there? 2, guys. So this is it. This is how it is written. Look at this. You got this, then you write 2 2's, and then for this you write 2 5's. So that will be the ladder form that is needed, which is this one, guys. So this is it. This is it. So now let's move again to the next. Now the next one is finding the highest common factor. Now this is prime factorization, guys. Now how do we find the lowest common factor? The lowest common factor. Yeah. Okay, this is it. Lowest common lowest common factor. Yeah. Fine. The question says, find the lowest common factor of 50 and 25. That will be 1. Find the lowest common factor or multiple. Common factor or multiple. A multiple is a factor, guys. Multiple of 50. 50 and 100. And 100. How are we going to do that? By using a calculator. Repeat the process. You are going to get 100 is equal to 2 to the power 2, which is 2 times 2 times 2, then times 5 to the power 2, which is 5 and 5, and this is it. And then for 50, you are going to get, for 50, this is what you'll get. You get 2 times 5 times 5. So what do? We must find the lowest common factor, the LCM of the two. Let us look at this. These are the factors of the two numbers. So what we do is we circle those that are common. This is common. This is common. And that is also common. So remember I said we normally have to use the shortcut. So this is how we do it. Lowest common factor or lowest common multiple. Now what do? The lowest common multiple will be, this is common, this is common, this is common, common. Now how many factors are common? 3 of them. That will be 2 multiplied by 5, then multiply by another 5. Now this is 2 times this is 10 times that gives you 50. Now the lowest common multiple or factor is 50. Now that's it. That is 50. So we need to do that. We need to do that. Now how do we get the highest common factor? How do we get the highest common factor? We get the highest common factor by looking at those highest. That means the number must exceed other factors. We take the biggest number of factors. How many factors do we have? What factors do we have here? We have 2. How many 2's do we have here? 2. Here we have 1. What is the highest? HCF. The highest number of the 2's is 2. Therefore, it's 2 times 2. Then multiplied by, how many do we have here? We have 2 5's. Here we also have 2 5's. Therefore, we have 2 5's. Then the highest common multiple is, factor or multiple is 10 by 10 is 100. That's it. Now this is how we get that. It's 2, it's 1, 2, it's 2. Here we have 1, so we take 2. Here we have 2 5's, therefore we take 2 5's, and then this by this is 4, this by that is 25, 25 times 4 is 100. Now the highest common factor is 100. So this is how we do it, guys. Now, I would like you to go to your back office, that is your Genius tuition back office, and then there are tasks that you need to answer. Go to page 17, number 4A to F. That is what you do for the exercise. Now you provide the answers in your back office. Write them down, snapshot them, and then attach them in your back office. Thank you. This marks the end of our first term session, second lesson. Yes, the first lesson was done. That was of the number system. So guys, please make sure that you don't get the wrongs. Never get your work done wrong. Just make sure that you practice. Mathematics needs practice. Without practice, you can't make it. We don't need laziness. So guys, see you on the next lesson. Thank you.